Come along as we hike Hanakapiai Falls. The trail is about 8 miles round trip. The first 2 miles is along the Nepali coast and goes to Hanakapiai Beach. Then you turn off the trail and head towards the falls, which is another 2 miles. This second part is much more difficult. To put into perspective, my 70-year-old dad was able to do the hike to Hanakapiai Beach and back, but the part from the beach to the falls had me scared multiple times. Between the sketchy river crossings, rock scrambles, and the mud, the hike ended up taking a lot longer and being much harder than expected. There are bathrooms near the beginning of the trail. Please keep in mind these are the last flushable toilets you will have access to on this hike. There is a big pile of hiking sticks near the beginning of the trail. We found them to be really helpful on this hike. I definitely recommend grabbing 1 or 2, if you can. At about 1 mile in, you start to see some pretty awesome views of the Nepali coast. This is the first big water crossing, and Hanakapiai Beach is just on the other side of the stream.
What do you think?
It's beautiful. We left my dad at Hanakapiai Beach, and so me and Chase are just doing this section to the waterfall. So I'm excited. I'm hoping we can get into the waterfall. I'm hoping it won't be too cold.
It's pretty warm.
I mean, I know it'll be cold, but I'm just hoping that I won't get hypothermia, I guess. Wishing we had brought more snacks, you know, fruits. Whoa, look out.
Slippery.
As you get closer to the falls, the trail does become more challenging, but it's all worth it once you see the falls. To me, I would consider this a hard hike. And I just forgot my hiking stick at the falls. That really sucks. I would say overall, this hike is definitely worth it, a must do, but my recommendation would actually be the opposite of what most people tell you to do. Most people will tell you to come here as early as possible. I don't think that's the best idea, especially if you're hiking on a little bit of a cooler day like today. It looked like the sun was getting ready to come out to reach over the peak in another like 2 hours. And we were there at like 12:30 to like 1 o'clock. So I would say plan to get to the falls like maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then the sun would actually be out and it would be a lot more comfortable getting in the water there at that time. Plus I bet the views would be prettier because the sun was just on the other side of the peak. We really couldn't see it. It was very cold without the sun. So that would actually be my recommendation. Another thing, I don't think this trail is 8 miles round trip. I think it's more like 9, because we are at, my watch says we're at 5.75, and I'm pretty sure we have at least another mile to go before we get back to Hanakapiai Beach. So just keep that in mind. It might be more like 9 miles instead of 8, but maybe, I don't know, maybe my GPS is wrong, or maybe we did something, we added on somewhere somehow, I don't know, but anyway, that's my advice. About that trail too that I forgot to mention, really hard to balance. It's really slippery, the surface is uneven, it's rocky, it's wet, muddy, like steep. Yeah, the stream crossings were no joke. I mean, I I recommend doing the chacos and like a pair of tennis shoes. So you have like the tennis shoes, socks, and then chacos, and then switching back and forth.
And bring an extra pair of socks. That was my thing because the socks got wet.
Yeah.
Now I'm sockless.
Oh, that's kind of gross. All in all, we loved this hike. If you're visiting Kauai and looking for a great day hike with some views of the Napali Coast without wanting to take on the full Kalalau Trail, the hike to Hanakapiai Falls is perfect for you. The Napali Coast is a very sacred place in Kauai's history. Please respect the land and remember to pack out what you pack in.